What's up guys? Today I'm going to show you all my favourite cities I've visited so far. So stay tuned, I'm going to tell you how much all of them will cost and show you the best things you can do in the cities. So don't forget to press that subscribe button and ting that bell. Now let's get on with the video. First up is Vancouver. This great city is in two parts. Part number one is the city centre, which is all the sort of normal stuff, shopping. You got the Canadian football, which was fantastic. Definitely go there. £60 a ticket roughly. Great day out for the family or a few beers with your friends. Plus there is some free stuff in Vancouver city centre. Go to Stanley Park. It's a great park. Lots of picnic areas, lots of places to take some great photos. Definitely worth checking out. And also in there is the aquarium. Now it is a bit pricey at 25 quid, but all the money does go back into the ocean. So you kind of do feel like you're doing a good thing, and it is a great aquarium. Part two of Vancouver is where you get all the wildlife and adventure. So head up to Gross Mountain, you've got loads of hiking there. You even get to see the bears and see loads of awesome wildlife. Also you've got Capilano Bridge, which is a suspension bridge. So you're going to get some great views as well. Now going back into the city centre, there is some places where it is expensive. So you've got to try and get your bargains when you can. There's a lot of free stuff, so do your research. We stayed at the YMCA, which was near the football ground, and we paid about £70 per night. Now you did get a private bathroom here, so you can get it a lot cheaper if you want to share. But I'll leave it up to you. So to one city, to one crazy city, Bangkok. So why is Bangkok so crazy? Well, it's a city like no other. I loved Bangkok. It's so fast paced, especially on the roads in the daytime. The cars and the bikes are just flying through everywhere. Definitely recommend take a tuk-tuk. It's a fun way to get around and you can really get in the middle of the madness. Now, even madder is at night time. Go to Koh San Road. You can have an amazing time there. It's such an eye-opener. You can literally do whatever you want down that road. Lots of drinking, eating scorpions, seeing the ladyboys, doing all the shows. Trust me, it is a good, fun experience. Now, if you want to see more about Thailand, I have got another video about it, which is a lot more in depth. So check it out on the link above. Now, for the most important bit is the money side. How much is really all going to cost you? Well, Bangkok is super cheap, not like any other city. So you're going to get some great bargains throughout. Now, where we stayed was the Century Hotel. It's a 4-star hotel, rooftop pool and breakfast included for 40 quid. So that's a great bargain for luxurious accommodation. Now, you're going to need something to do during the day. So head to any of the temples. They range from £1 to the most expensive, £9, which is the Grand Palace. And I definitely recommend it. Now, if you need somewhere to eat, check out all the food markets. You're going to get a big plate full of food for £2 and definitely really delicious food there. Even souvenirs are a great price. I got everyone a pair of these, 80p for some trousers. You're welcome, everyone. Have to put this one in. It's a bit of a negative wild card, but everyone's bucket list, New York City. Now, I know New York is on pretty much everyone's bucket list, and it was on mine, and I'm glad I did tick it off. But I just have a little bit of negative press about it. First up is the busyness. This is the busiest place I've ever visited. I've done your Disneys, your Londons, your major cities, and definitely this was the craziest. Second of all is the pubs and the restaurants. I felt a lot of the staff members in New York were quite rude, and I just didn't really like that. That was just my personal experience. Third up is all the activities. Now, all of them were great. Don't get me wrong, all the Statue of Liberty, the Rockefeller, the Central Park, but nothing really wowed me. Nothing gave me that sparkle like other places do. Now, I'm quite lucky that I have London an hour away, and I just kept comparing it to London. So if you want something cool and different to do, I'd check out the American Gangster Museum. At $20 a head, you're going to get a guided tour and loads of information about the New York gangsters. Plus, if you're a fan of the Goodfellas film, there's loads of memorabilia here too. Second of all is all the speakeasies around Manhattan. Now, they're quite hard to find, so I'm going to give you one which is really good. It's called Please Don't Tell Me. Now, to find it, you have to find a place called Criff Dogs. It's going to look like a hot dog restaurant, but it isn't. Go inside and there's a phone box to the left. Use the phone box and phone that number. Now you'll be invited, if there is space available, to the speakeasy, and I'll let you find out what happens next. It is a cool, dingy sort of speakeasy, and you think you're in that era. At $16 sort of a cocktail, it is expensive, but really good fun. So third up is going over to Brooklyn. Now it's free to go on the Brooklyn Bridge anyway, so you might as well check it out. And once you're over there, find some cool little spots where you can have a lovely slice of pizza and get some great photos of Manhattan in a different light. Quickly diving into the accommodation, we stayed at the Amsterdam Hotel, which is in Times Square. We paid 120 quid a night. This is sort of normal prices. It is expensive, and we got nothing in this hotel, literally a box room, and it was quite noisy, but for location, it was fantastic. My advice was probably stay there for 48 hours and then possibly move out of Times Square area. Probably going to be a bit more quiet, and it is going to be a lot cheaper. So to a city that never lets me down, ticks all the boxes, Vegas, baby! Now Vegas has it all. It has the real wow factor here. If you want to shop to your drop, they have it. If you want to party 24/7, there's plenty of restaurants and bars and nightclubs to choose from. And then if you want a quiet, peaceful place, resort, you can choose that as well. So I really would recommend this place. Now I could chat for hours for this Vegas, but I do have another video on the link above, so go check it out for all the tips and tricks of Vegas. So a couple of cool things to do is definitely check out the Grand Canyon. It is one of the wonders of the world and it can't be missed. Second of all, getting married. I definitely recommend it. We got married over there. It's not like the movies. You can't get drunk and mistakenly get married to anyone. You do have to go get a license. So do it online before you go, and check out a company called the Wedding Wagon. Basically choose wherever you want to get married and then you get married there. It's simple as that. It costs about $120, so it is cheap as well. Can't go wrong. Third of all is all the bargains in Vegas. Now there's loads of free stuff day and night, so there's lots to jump into, and you want to save all that money so you've got plenty to spend on them slots. Also, if you go at the end of Feb and start of March, you're going to get some cheap accommodation and flights. Accommodation can start at £20 per night, but don't forget about those resort fees. But all of this will be explained and all the free stuff in that video above. And that's it from me. Let me know your favourite cities that you've visited so far and give me some recommendations for my next trip. And hopefully I've gave you loads of information for your next trip as well. So remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.